Today we are going to basically discuss some of the basic data types in Python. This video I'm basically planning to make it in such a way that someone if wants to do a quick revision on the types of database or data types which are there in Python, they can easily refer to this. So let's try to start quickly and let's see first the string data type. So you can define string as something like, let's say, a value, let's say hello world, right? This will basically be a string which you can use. If you just print this, you can basically get the value which you're looking for, right? So if you just print this thing and run this, right? So you can easily just get the output as hello world, right? This is one such thing. And if you try to, like, let's say do some manipulations on this, you can do like string s dot uppercase, right? If you just convert that to upper, you can get some nice output as well. So this is how the thing changes. But just make a note that when you're making this uppercase, it's actually not changing the value. So if you write something like y equals to this, right? So then only, like, if you just print that, it will give you a new value. So basically defining is not really changing it to the required thing, right? So this is how you can do it. We'll cover more on the manipulation of strings and how exactly you can work on that later, but let's first cover the different data types. So string is first, second one is for integer is number, right? How do you define a number? So if you have n equals to, let's say, 10, so it's a number, it's an integer data type, right? But if you make it like let's say 10.5, then it's no longer integer, it's a float. So way to check it, right? A way to check the data type, right? You can check the type of function, right? Type of n. If you do type of n or type of f, you will basically get the output of data type, right? Just a minute. So it says type of n is an integer, right? And it's the same thing if you do it for, let's say, print f, right? If you do it for f, you should get some other output, right? You will get a float. So that's how you define a float. So I guess we covered it there only. We'll just remove it and keep it here. I will be pushing this code, and you can probably also have this once I have uploaded this video. So there is also options to have complex. How do you define a complex? So let's say, let's call this as a complex data type, and if you define it like 1, and if you get j to it, it will give you a data type of complex. And how do you check that? You just run and see, you get a complex data type, right? So that's how you define it. Let's go to list. Defining a list is pretty much simple, and it's the most commonly used data type. So if you have, let's say, l list equals to, let me call this l1 equals to, let me define a list like it should start with the biggest box bracket, and you can give the values. And again, like, just to verify the type, you can just run it and see what is the data type you are getting. So it's getting you the list class, right? Now the other part of data type is tuples. So how do you define tuple? It's like pretty much simple. You just need to use small curly braces, and you can upload it. And once you, like, just follow the syntax, you will get a proper output for tuples as well. So there is a difference between tuple and list. We'll cover that when we are talking more in detail. So this is mostly going to be the first intro video of this series. Let's just cover this second part of set as well. So now, what's a set? And if you can see, it's pretty much similar to list and tuple. The only difference being that it starts with the curly braces, and we'll discuss in detail how a set and tuple and a list is different, right, in the coming video. But this one, as I said, is going to cover more about how you define each data type and how do you actually use them, right? So This is for dictionary. It seems like having the same opening braces, but it's different because it has a key and a value pair. And this is also mostly used, commonly used data type in Python. So this would be the very first lecture on us having a start on Python. The next video will talk more in detail about how do we do manipulation on these data structures. Thank you for watching.